250,000 Russian workers turn against Putin as war industry collapses. Imagine a nation where the backbone of its military power begins to crumble from within, where hundreds of thousands of skilled workers, once loyal to the state, start turning away in mass protest. This is not a distant dystopian future. This is happening right now in Russia. Recent reports reveal that nearly 250,000 Russian workers have now abandoned the war industry. Factories that produce tanks, missiles, and military equipment are facing unprecedented collapse. The implications? Far beyond economics, this signals a profound political upheaval. These layoffs are not mere statistics. They are a mirror reflecting a crumbling social contract between Vladimir Putin's regime and the Russian workforce. For years, many workers supported the state out of economic necessity, but now, with factories shutting their doors, their loyalty is turning into resistance. Defense contractors, once the pride of Russia's industrial might, are declaring bankruptcy at an alarming rate. Entire communities built around military factories face economic chaos. Savings evaporate, pensions are at risk, and the narrative of a resilient Russia begins to crack. But how can a state sustain a war effort when its very infrastructure is disintegrating from within? Consider the human toll: engineers, welders, technicians, each facing the terrifying uncertainty of unemployment. Their labor once symbolized power, pride, and national strength. Now it's a source of despair. So, what does this mean for Russia's military ambitions? A collapsing war industry severely hampers the country's ability to produce weapons, maintain vehicles, and repair critical systems. The machinery of war is breaking down, not on the battlefield, but behind factory walls. Logistics, supply chains, and production schedules are all under threat. Confidence in these systems erodes, putting Russia's military campaigns abroad at risk. A weakened industrial base translates directly into slower production, compromised quality, and reduced operational readiness. The ripple effects extend far beyond factories. When tens of thousands of workers lose their jobs, social unrest is inevitable. Small businesses reliant on factory workers face collapse. Local economies shrink, public services strain, and community stability teeters. This is not just an economic crisis, it's a systemic failure. Russia's reliance on state-directed industrial employment as a tool for social stability is unraveling. The social contract, where loyalty is bought through employment, is breaking apart. Mass layoffs of this scale are more than economic shocks. They are acts of silent resistance. Workers are withdrawing their support, not through rebellion with guns or protests, but through absence. They are refusing to participate in a system that no longer guarantees their survival. The regime's narrative of invincibility is being challenged by stark reality. Thousands of workers now face unemployment, reduced benefits, and an uncertain future. This undercuts the legitimacy of Putin's government, exposing its vulnerabilities. Historically, mass industrial collapse has sparked broader political movements. When large segments of the workforce feel abandoned or betrayed, discontent can spread, potentially igniting protests, strikes, or even wider social upheaval. In authoritarian regimes, stability depends on a delicate balance: coercion, propaganda, and economic dependence. When one element, like industrial employment, falters, the entire system weakens. The collapse of the war industry doesn't just threaten military capacity, it devastates local economies. Entire towns built around military factories face economic collapse. Small businesses, schools, healthcare, they all suffer as the social fabric unravels. And the broader economy? It's fragile. Russia's reliance on military production means displaced workers have few options. Unlike diversified economies, Russia's specialized industries leave many stranded, deepening social discontent. Communities that once aligned with state priorities now question their dependence. Migration, social fragmentation, and shifting identities are all part of this unfolding crisis. From a strategic standpoint, the implications are dire. The Russian military's ability to sustain campaigns depends heavily on these factories. As production falters, so does operational readiness. Tanks remain unassembled, supplies delayed, putting Russia's war efforts at risk. Confidence in logistics and supply chains is vital. When the industrial backbone weakens, morale within the military and among planners erodes. This slow-motion attrition of military power could have profound long-term consequences. Furthermore, the discontent isn't confined. When workers feel betrayed, solidarity can ignite across sectors. Disillusionment in military factories can inspire unrest among transportation, energy, and service industries, potentially challenging the regime's grip on power. These layoffs expose the fragility of Russia's authoritarian system, its reliance on tight control over social and economic life. When that control weakens, so does the regime's legitimacy. Economic dislocation becomes a political crisis. So, what does all this mean? The mass layoffs of 250,000 Russian workers aren't just an industrial issue. They're a window into a larger systemic crisis. A crisis that threatens to unravel the very fabric of Putin's power. In the end, a war machine depends on more than weapons and tanks. It depends on people, on their labor, their trust, their loyalty. When that support erodes, the consequences are not just economic, they're revolutionary.